I started sailing when I was 12 in San Francisco Bay. And as a boater, bigger is always better. And so Lennie and I have been together 25 years. And how many boats have we had?
Like 17.
Yeah, so 17 boats over 40 feet. So, we've had a lot of boats. Most of them were power boats. And then when we started sailing 10 years ago, when the kids left home, we started with the monohull and then moved through a couple of catamarans. And we got to a point where we were able to pick and design a dream boat with a great designer and the right manufacturer to build a custom masterpiece, one-of-a-kind sailing yacht. And I think this should be called a super cat, not a catamaran, because when we stand back and look at it, we're just in awe. It's just an amazing piece of machinery, technology, sailing systems, and everything is best in class.
Yeah, and like Randy said, I think this was the dream, is to be able to design what you want. Because as much experience as we have with different boats, we always had the wish list going somewhere, and we got everything we wanted to with this boat. We had an amazing experience with the designers and the factory, and we're able to get exactly what we wanted, and it's exceeded our expectations. So it's been great.
This boat is a dream for us.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
For me, and for both of us, the accommodations and the livability of this boat is what made it doable for us. We wanted a performance catamaran, but we still wanted great accommodations. So that was a little bit difficult to find, and that's what Kinetic offered us, and that's what we really loved about it. So we were able to customize our master stateroom. We took one whole side of the hull, we made it big, we have a lot of storage, we have an amazing bathroom with a double vanity that's it's amazing.
It's almost like a stateroom.
Yeah.
We want the boat to feel like something that we could live on permanently. And starting with the design from the KC-54, the forward cockpit, which we require, and then as Lennie said, everything else is us. There won't be another Kinetic 54 like this one unless somebody copies us, which they're welcome to, right? We'd be happy for them to. But the fact that we wanted the big glass doors sliding to one side, showing the big opening. We wanted the tables in line, so in the Caribbean you could have 12 people come over and sit around the tables and enjoy company together. We've got a cocktail table next to that L-shaped salon where we will probably spend on passage, reading and drinking rosé, on the cocktail table. You just couldn't, in our opinion, have any more luxury. Islands, master stateroom, tables, and then put that into a carbon performance boat that weighs 8,000 to 10,000 pounds, less than comparable catamaran. Put a lightweight carbon mast on it and North 3DI sails, and she screams. So it's literally the best of both.
We were able to get both, right, the
Yeah.
performance and the livability, which was one of our top priorities.
We didn't know what to expect when the boat was ready. We've never built a custom boat. In a production boat setting, which we've done so many times, they hand you the boat, they hand you the manuals, and you take off and you figure it out as you go, and that's just how it works. And we found that we joked last time that every time we figure our boat out, we sell it. Every time we master it, we sell it. It takes a year or two to get to know a boat inside and out. You have to go through the process of things not working and then finding out why they didn't work and just really learning the boat. So we get here 2 weeks ago and we walk onto the boat, and of course you guys had it beautiful for us. You had our song playing.
I know, it was so nice.
It was just perfect.
It was perfect, and the boat was perfect.
But then starting the next day, we rolled up our sleeves and we've spent every day on the boat for 14 days. Working with the team at Kinetic, plumbers, carpenters, finishers, engineers, electrical, sailing systems, captain, everybody, literally going through every component on the boat in a way that we've never done before. And they We weren't bothering them. They were finishing things. They were customizing. I mean, we showed up, and how many changes did we make?
Yeah, we made a couple changes.
Yeah.
Which it was never a problem. You know?
Yeah, so, we, for instance, we wanted the tables adjusted. We wanted more aircon in the master head, just things like that. And of course, they just jump in because they're next to the factory. And I realized it wouldn't have worked well to take delivery of the boat in the States, because you want to be in Neisner. First of all, Neisner is beautiful.
Beautiful.
The people are wonderful.
Yeah, it was
The views
beautiful.
are great. But you want to be next to the factory so that anytime you want to make a tweak or a change, or you don't understand how something works, they send the person over who literally walks there down a path to the quay, and they show it to you, they explain it to you, or they fix it, whatever it is. And it was that way every step of the way. So now after 14 days and sailing from Neisner to Cape Town, which is a 270 nautical mile trip, like 300 US miles, a couple nights in the ocean, I feel like I know this boat now as much as I ever knew a boat.
And my comment too is, from the minute we landed and met you and Leon and everyone on the dock, it was like we were the priority for Kinetic. This boat was a priority for Kinetic for that week, to get it perfect.
I feel like they shut down the factory
right,
for us.
And although we know that they have other boats in production and they have other things going on, we really felt that we were the priority, and nothing was a problem. It was all hands on deck, literally, to just get us fixed and happy to make the sail to Cape Town. And then even in Cape Town, they stayed and they dealt with a couple issues that we found while we were sailing, that's why we did it. So that has been an amazing experience.
Yeah, boats are not like cars. You cannot just turn the key and drive
away.
You gotta learn them, understand them, know how they work, and know how to tweak them as you go. An all-carbon construction boat is a different thing. It goes back to one of the dreams for us. And then, of course, when you get a puff of wind and it hits these 3DI sails, there's no stretch. The boat just lurches forward. And yesterday when we were sailing, I'm standing in the forward cockpit yelling to Lennie, boat speed, wind speed, boat speed,
Yeah.
wind speed. How many times did I ask you
I
that?
know, it's all about that for you right now.
Yeah, just boat speed, wind speed. And sometimes the wind speed and the boat speed are the same, and it's just amazing. Just the lightweight, stiff, high tech, not to mention the design, the sail handling is so simple because everything is push button, right? Push button to raise the main, push button to lower the main, push button to bring out the jib, push button to put it back. And so even though it's a big boat and a really wide boat, we feel like it's quite simple to sail. If you go to the boat show, this isn't bragging, this is like Kinetic's, this is just what they do. If you go to the boat show and you go to every booth for every vendor, whether it's Harkin or electronics or whatever, and say, what's the finest, best, latest, greatest equipment, whatever the price is, it's on this boat.
Right.
And over the last 2 weeks, every time we open a hatch or look at a component or see how something was done, we're like, look how they did that. Like, they weren't skimping here. Everything is the best of the best. Just walking around and looking at the rig and the blocks and it's so well done.
Yeah.
It's, I remember
Very impressive.
Cruising World called it the Tesla of sailboats. I think it's more like the SpaceX of sailboats. Favorite part of the boat? Well, I know what yours is.
Well, the master stateroom is my favorite. Master stateroom, master head, it's just amazing. It's what we visualized, and it's like even better than we thought it was going to be.
It's
So for
40,
me,
it's 40
yeah,
feet long.
It's amazing. Yeah, and comfortable. Just it works for us.
On boats, storage is always the problem,
Yeah.
right? And people can never find enough place to put their gear. When we move in here, we will have filled a third of the cabinetry.
Yeah, we won't fill it all.
There's so much storage designed into this boat. I don't even know how they did it. But I mean, it's a big boat, right? So, but it's literally, there's storage everywhere. So accommodations, I know you love the master. That's your favorite thing. For me, it's the sail handling systems, the carbon mast, the carbon boom. A roller furling boom on a Cat is very unique. Also, when sailing, you want to reduce weight aloft. So all of the, stainless steel rigging on most boats for the shrouds and the forestay, etc., and an aluminum mast, although they make it as light as they can, we reduce the weight drastically when we go to, the kind of shrouds and halyards. Everything we have is lightweight, and the boom and the mast is lightweight. So it reduces the weight aloft, which reduces the pitching of the boat, fore and aft and side to side. So these things are like circling in my head as I'm using them, and I would say that's my favorite part of the boat. We're cruisers and we're on the move, right? So we'll spend the first year in the Caribbean getting to know this boat, right? And the other equation is we want to go to the Mediterranean,
right?
And we want to go to Greece, and we want to do Italy and all those areas as well. So we're being pulled in two directions, Pacific or Atlantic. But with sailing, every time we've made a plan, we look back a year or two later and it's just diverted because of all these different, life events and weather events and pandemic events,
right.
whatever. So the Caribbean with the Pacific beyond. That's kind of the plan.
And the Med eventually.
And the Med eventually.
Yeah.
That's the plan for Happy Together.
But we had to go through this boat, which is very complicated, and turn on all the batteries, switches, systems, test the engine, bow thruster, everything. Nothing scares me. My heart is pounding right now.
Very scary.
It's getting serious. We're the only people on the boat. They're starting to lower us down. Every foot we get closer to the water is a foot closer to safety. If we fell right now, it'd be a disaster.